Hey friend, welcome back to Chronic Health Solutions. I'm Ashley, and today we're going to be talking about something that I think most of us are feeling right now, but we don't always know how to name what it is, and that is nervous system overload. Back to school season isn't just about a shift in your schedule. It's really a shift in everything: energy, emotions, expectations, noise levels, decision fatigue, and then also for moms who are living with some kind of chronic symptoms or chronic illness, those shifts can really hit differently. So if you are already waking up overwhelmed, snapping before breakfast, or zoning out by mid-morning, then this episode is for you. We're not going to be talking about how you can fix it all because we know that's not possible, but we're going to talk about really simple, basic ways you can reset your body in real time whenever you're feeling like you're about to explode. And we're going to talk about just these simple rhythms that are going to work with your nervous system to support your body so that you can kind of have that peace and calm that you're looking for. So let's get started. Welcome to Chronic Health Solutions. If you are more than just a tired mom, I'm talking trying to make it through the day without crashing by noon, you're not alone. I'm Ashley, a wife, mom, and certified health coach. I've been where you are, battling chronic health symptoms such as brain fog, joint pain, and fatigue that made me wonder if I'd ever feel like myself again. After uncovering root causes like stress, poor sleep, and hormone imbalance, I found simple health routines to feel better, one habit at a time. Keeping up with your kids is not impossible. Pop in your earbuds and take a break from the chaos. It's you time. Okay, let me take you back to a Monday morning a long time ago. It wasn't that long ago, but it's been a bit. I had overslept. A few of my kids were bickering with each other. Another one was yelling across the house trying to ask me a question, and I was trying to answer a text, and then the dog started barking. I could just feel it in my body. My jaw was clenched. I had tightness in my chest. My shoulders were tense and tight. My breathing was shallow. And I hadn't even had my coffee yet. Nothing was catastrophic, but my body felt like it was under attack. And that is what nervous system overload looks like. When you're already carrying fatigue, inflammation, anxiety, brain fog, it doesn't take a lot for your body to hit that breaking point. So let's talk about how we can recognize and catch those moments before they spiral out of control. And honestly, a lot of times that can look like we either shut down or we explode. And let's figure out ways we can avoid that and then just gently bring our nervous system back to a place of calm. Okay, so we're going to talk about 3 different in-the-moment resets that are backed by the Power 9 that I talk about in my coaching program. And often we fall into this trap of thinking that we're so stressed and overwhelmed that we just need the afternoon off. But the reality is you don't need the afternoon off. You don't need silence or spa music or supplements. And while all of those things are wonderful, a lot of times we just don't have the capacity or the schedule for it. So we have to meet ourselves where we're at and work with what we have. So let's just focus on small rhythms or routines, just a sensory action that's going to really give your body that safety signal, and then just tell your brain, okay, we're safe, everything is good. So let's walk through 3 different options that you can try that are rooted in the Power 9, and we'll just get started. So the first thing you could do is focus on air and sunlight. So what this could look like would be opening your door or a window. It could be even just a crack, and then stand near it for a minute. Let the fresh air in and let that natural sunlight hit your skin. And then what I would encourage you to do is just say some kind of phrase out loud. This moment is not an emergency. Everything is okay. I can handle what is going on right now. Whatever it is that is going to remind your brain and your body that everything is okay. You are safe. You are okay. And it's going to be okay. Because often our brains trick us into thinking this is some kind of catastrophic emergency event when really it's not. And we just have to remind ourselves of the truth. So why this can work is just because fresh air and natural light are going to be a really great safety cue for your brain. Just 60 seconds of exposure can start to work to shift your body out of that fight or flight mode. And like I said, you don't even have to leave the room to do this. Let the air come to you. I mean, if you can get outside, that's great. But if not, then just go to a window, go to a door, and just sit there and just remind your body that you're safe. Everything is okay. Okay, number 2. You can ground with water and rest. So this is kind of fun to me. Some of you will really like this and some of you might not. And this is where we really do have to test things out and see what actually is calming to our nervous system, because we are individuals and different things work for different people. And so water, you can look at it 2 different ways. I have a fountain on my back porch and I personally find the sound of running water very, very soothing. So for me, that would be a great way, would be to sit in a chair on my back porch, take a few minutes to rest, and just listen to the water running. Another thing that you could do would be to go to your sink, go to your kitchen sink, your bathroom sink, and just slowly rinse something, one item at a time. It could be just your hands, you're letting them run under the water. It could be a mug, it could be a spoon. Now, keep in mind, this is not that you're doing chores. You're not washing dishes. This is really just about slowing down and kind of being in the moment and realizing that sensory sensation of the water on your skin, or as you're washing whatever object you want to. And then I would just say, do that for 60 seconds, 90 seconds, and just let the water kind of run over your hands. Notice how it feels. And like I mentioned before, I find that water can have a really calming effect on the nervous system. And if we can create that intentional stillness as well, it's going to help to break the momentum of stress. Because what I find often whenever I get to that point of just like a nervous system overload, it is because multiple things have happened, typically pretty rapidly together. And it's like that stress, it's almost like a snowball rolling down the hill. The stress is just building and building and building. So if we can do like a pattern interrupt and figure out a way to stop that momentum from building and reset, a lot of times we can get out of that stress spiral. So like I said, remember, this is not a chore. It is a reset. Let that water flow over your skin. Sit down for a little bit after that while your coffee reheats, and just give your body a minute to rest, even if it's in the middle of chaos. Okay, and number 3, we're going to reconnect with our emotions and also with our relationship with God. So what this could look like would be sipping on some kind of warm tea or a broth or coffee, and then just slowing down, taking 10 seconds to name what it is that you need emotionally in that moment. And then I would encourage you just to wrap it up in like one type of a prayer or a truth or something like that. So to me, this works really well because I, again, find warmth to be very soothing. You obviously will have to test this out for yourself. But then also whenever we can really slow down and reflect on what's going on emotionally, that awareness is going to help us to shift from reacting to responding, which is going to give us more space to be able to respond in a way that we actually want to instead of just exploding or shutting down. And then, of course, as we're connecting with the Lord, that is really going to help to, one, connect our soul and recenter us, but also it can be very, very regulating for our nervous system too. So how you could do this would be to hold your mug, take in a breath, breathe in kind of the warmth, the steam coming off of the mug, and then just whisper, God, help me to slow down, or help me to remember that I don't have to carry this alone. And then you could say things like, I need quiet. I feel unseen. I just want someone to help me. And I find that being really honest about this, like I said, it helps us to reflect on where we're at and then to make a plan to move forward to actually meet the needs and the true thing that's going on underneath the stress and the overwhelm. Okay, number 4 is kind of a bonus one, but I want to encourage you to grab a pen and a paper and then write down everything on your mind. No filter, no overthinking, just let it all out. And I really do encourage you to use an actual pen and paper for this instead of typing it on your phone or on a laptop or something. The reason why is because writing by hand is going to help your brain to process what you're thinking. It's not just going to record it. And this is going to be bringing a deeper level of processing that's going to help to lower your mental stress and then just give your brain permission to let go of the endless loop of to-dos. I know you know what I'm talking about. It's like it's constantly running in your head. Oh, I can't forget to do this. Oh, I can't forget to do that. When we can record those on paper, it helps our brains to relax a little bit and say, oh yeah, that's right. I already have that written down, so I'm not going to forget it. And then after you do all of that, once those thoughts are all written down on paper, again, your mind isn't going to have to keep holding on to them. You've captured them and now you can release them. Now, after you finish your brain dump, I want you to take a moment and then look at your list and then just ask yourself, what is one thing on this list that I can release today? The reason why this can be helpful is because your brain is tracking too much at one time and it panics. So if we can just release even one thing, it's going to create more capacity in our schedule, in our brain, and just kind of bring some calm to the chaos that's going on in our brain. And how you can do this, you can skip the perfect planner. You don't have to have everything beautiful and done out perfectly. Grab a piece of printer paper or a sticky note, whatever it is that you have, and just write everything out. Take a deep breath and then read through your list and choose one thing that you want to release from that list. Maybe it's the idea of making a home-cooked dinner tonight. Maybe it's that you need to cancel that play date. Maybe it's that you've decided, okay, we're not going to make it to this extracurricular activity or this co-op event or whatever it is. Okay, so those are the 4 different resets that you can focus on this week. And I just want to encourage you, whenever you notice that you're getting in that state where you can feel the pressure building up, to just pick one of these and try it in the middle of it. Don't wait till it's all done and you've either shut down or exploded. In the middle of it, just say, okay, I'm going to be intentional and I'm going to try this. So, maybe it's when everything's super loud and you're feeling overstimulated, you open the door and stand by the door and let the fresh air in. Maybe it's whenever it feels like you have too much going on, you rinse something slow or run your hands underwater or sit on the back by a fountain. Maybe whenever you feel like you're spiraling out of control, you warm something up and then name what is really going on. Give your body a moment to pause. Let your nervous system just have a moment to relax, process what's going on, and then just start with one small, simple step. One moment of peace and calm is enough to really begin to reset your nervous system and begin moving in the right direction. All right, friends, that is all I have for this week. I will see you back next time. Hey friend, I hope you found today's episode helpful. If you did, would you take a quick minute to share it with another mom who is struggling with chronic health issues? And please leave a review on Apple Podcasts. It means the world to me to know that this podcast is helping you. All right, time for me to tackle the snack request, and remember that a short walk, even if the kids turn it into a race, counts as self-care. Keep chasing those little wins, even when it feels messy. You're making progress. The information shared in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult your healthcare provider before making any changes to your health routine. This podcast is not intended to treat or diagnose any condition. You are the expert on your body. Listen to it and reach out to a trusted provider for support.